Welcome to the Beau Show. People don't go to the movie theaters like they used to. The pandemic certainly did a fair amount of damage. But now, at AMC for instance, the cost of a movie ticket for an adult is about $14. For IMAX, step that up to $20. In the inflationary economy that we're in, that's going to set you back. And you'll have to take into account the gas that it takes you to get to the theater, and the cost of snacks and drinks. People rarely go on dates anymore at the movies, and if you're going to take the whole family, well, you don't even really know what you're going to get these days. The last movie that I saw in the theaters was Top Gun Maverick, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. But I knew what I was walking into. I wouldn't take that risk on a movie I wasn't so sure of. Enter Bros, a new gay rom-com by Billy Eichner. Bros is co-written by Eichner and Nicholas Stoller. The preview touts the movie as coming from the producers of Trainwreck and Bridesmaids, and the director of Forgetting Sarah Marshall and Neighbors. So if you like those comedies, surely you'll be riveted by Bros as well, right? Well, this movie was an opening box office bomb, pulling in $4.8 million on a $22 million budget. It was expected to pull in between $8 and $10 million. The plot of this movie is nothing that we haven't really heard before. Gay single male Bobby Lieber is content hooking up on dating apps, meets another gay male who seems opposite of what he likes, but they decide to hook up, which turns into a pseudo relationship. Bobby curates the National LGBTQ+ Museum, for which he has an exhibit suggesting Abraham Lincoln was gay, which divides all the angry, identity-obsessed staffers at the museum who want their various LGBTQ identities to be more important than the rest. In the end, the two protagonists are still dating, but now throw kids as a possibility into the equation. I feel like Stefan from Saturday Night Live created this plot.
This Valentine's Day, you can lose yourself on the dance floor surrounded by 12 dancing Cupids.
Cupids?
Jewish Cupids.
Cool.
They just want you to meet someone nice and settle down.
Yeah.
But for real, the trailer is the entire movie. It gives it away, but not in a good way. For instance, we see that there is infighting within the museum board. Each person is upset that their identity hasn't been given proper celebration. And isn't that the irony of the LGBTQ++ movement? That they wave one flag but can't seem to get on the same page. And then we see a gay couple make the announcement that they are in a throuple, which is a polyamorous three-way relationship, since obviously monogamy is just too boring, right? Lieber says that being progressive today is being single. And who knows, maybe he's right, because his friends have all decided to be in these polyamorous situations, which have become quite the norm. And no more than 30 seconds into the trailer, we see the gay nightclub scene. Kissing, no clothes, and Lieber's friend telling him that he had hooked up with a jacked up Dumbledore. Now, while that may be par for the course in the gay world, it's not for everyone else. In fact, a straight club in Miami or New York would not look like that. Now, okay, if you take it to an extreme, yes, you would see twerkers and stripper poles and the like. I'm not saying that straight clubs are tamer per se, but this scene of the gay club being a free love meat market, while George Michael's Freedom plays over the top of it, is why people have this picture as the LGBTQ stereotype. Straight people didn't make this movie, so there's no one else to blame. Lieber's new flame, what he describes as a gay Tom Brady, says that gay guys are so stupid, but they have branded themselves as smart. Again, this is another reveal. Why would you want to tell your audience your secret? That you've hoodwinked the straight population? Is this supposed to be the comedic irony? And how these two people begin seeing each other is, I'm down for whatever, whenever. Now, if you are trying to give insight into romance, well, this shows the audience that you're not about that. I know that straight rom-coms like Friends with Benefits and No Strings Attached have somewhat similar plots. But if you're trying to show real love in that type of relationship. It makes it seem very laissez-faire. And then a character tells them both that they are too old to be in the Pride Party pool and that they gotta leave. Once again, yet another gay stereotype. The younger, the better. Yeah, and Sonny Hostin of The View said it was ageist to criticize Joe Biden for forgetting a deceased congresswoman. And then there's this idea that Lieber has to make an exhibit in the LGBTQ+ museum depicting Abraham Lincoln as gay, to which his own creative staff object to. He says, if we don't have this, we are letting the heterosexual terrorists win. So now we see how they view heterosexuals, as terrorists, if they don't support a gay Abe Lincoln. And then the further quip that there are trans terrorists too, Caitlyn Jenner. Now, why would they say that? Maybe because Jenner is a Republican? And then the coup de grace. His straight friend tells him that maybe the problem with their relationship is that they're both bottoms. He says this in front of his children, and the kids get up and gleefully yell, "Bottom Dad!" It becomes a family celebration. To this, Lieber quips that gay intercourse was more fun when it was uncomfortable to straight people. See, that's another reveal. They can only enjoy themselves when their lifestyle is different and a thorn in the side to straight people. It's the Abe Lincoln thing. Let's take a straight American icon and become so outlandish that we make him gay in our museum, just to piss straight people off. Let's have a pride parade just to force people to see it. Let's put gay characters in Disney just to condition their kids. This is why I think it's an agenda based off of anger or spite, not love. And the final thing they say in the trailer, oh my God, do you guys remember straight people? Yeah, they had a nice run. So the whole premise is based on a post-hetero world. The notion that straight is as out and antiquated as the Roman Empire. See, in 3 minutes, you see every gay stereotype there is. And it's created and written entirely by gay people. They claim that they don't have a rom-com for themselves, that it's all Hallmark, which, if you haven't noticed, has increased their non-hetero content quite a bit, such as the upcoming The Holiday Sitter. But there's also Logo, a channel specifically created for gay content. They could run rom-coms 24/7 if they wanted to. But again, it's not about having their own channel or content or parade. It's about invading tradition and not leaving straight people to their own. It's about upending that. The original Red Band trailer featured a gay orgy scene meant to shock audiences. But after monkeypox broke out in real life, they didn't want to be perceived as promoting sexual promiscuity. So they shelved it right there. But see, the studio recognized that they were promoting promiscuity, a gay stereotype that has been disguised as love. They also didn't want to give anyone the idea that a gay orgy might lead to monkeypox. Once the real-life monkeypox outbreak spread, they knew that there was a monkey wrench in their plans. That's like releasing a movie about a coughing rave in the middle of COVID. If they don't want to give the perception of gay culture as a no-strings hookup culture, why display it in such an obvious way? It's what leads to Bobby's relationship, so to speak. You know, in cinema, there's the concept of the meet cute. That's where two people serendipitously meet, which leads to attraction and to romance. Meeting your future lover in a gay orgy-style club is not exactly a meet cute. Sex is so prominent in Bros, not just between the two main characters, but with others, that they have climaxed too soon, if I may use a metaphor. Rather than delaying the physical to actually get to know someone, they play on the whole lack of intimacy and emotional connection. This down for whatever, whenever is something that pervades the plot. It's more like sex leads to the relationship than the other way around. And at that point, the physical has created emotional dependency. What the LGBTQ community has done is normalized and novocained sex-only relationships, if you can call them that. They try to normalize polyamory and thruples. And so this is not a Hallmark movie concept. Hallmark movies start with the meet cute. and then work through the dilemma, whatever that may be. And let's just say, for example, it's a small town baker who falls for a prince or whatever. And then after the dilemma, they realize that all the bells and whistles mean nothing if there never was a common spark and a baseline to begin with. Bros, if it's to be the gay equivalent, starts on the premise of hookup culture, works through sex as a means to develop their relationship, then getting more experimental because it's not enough, and then seeing in the end wherever it winds up, which, if that's a family, will be a postmodern one. They can't duplicate traditional because it isn't traditional. And more importantly, they don't want it to be traditional. Remember straight people? Yeah, that was so 2000.